Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another Kevin Smith movie review, everyone, and we're moving on to the next one in chronologically order. That is Mallrats, everybody. That's right, 1995's Mallrats. This movie came out a year after Clerks, everyone. And so this, you could tell right away that Kevin Smith got some clout with Clerks. It was well received. It got picked up by Miramax to get put out in movie theaters. It made some money. I mean, they bought the movie from him. Miramax bought the movie from him for double of what it was worth and what it cost for him to make. So obviously, Kevin Smith was like, okay, I'm going to get rolling on this making movie shit. And he makes Mallrats, his next movie. And right away, you can tell he has a little bit bigger budget, and he actually got funding to make this movie. Yeah, it's a small budgeted movie still, and a little bit indie style shot still, but he actually had a studio behind him and everything, and he had a little bit of a budget so he could actually make what I would say is more of a full-blown movie for him being the director that he was at the time. So this has a fantastic cast in it also, everybody, so we're going to go down that right away. Kevin Smith obviously is the director. And I thought he did a fantastic job with this movie, especially because it was a different style movie compared to Clerks. Clerks was very basic, and so is this one, but it was bigger, it was grander than Clerks, because Clerks literally took place at this quick stop, like, little convenience store. This takes place in a big-ass mall, so there's a lot more to work with here, and I thought Kevin did a good job with all that. So, Jason Lee is in this movie, everybody. He plays Brody. We have Jeremy London plays Quint, his buddy, and it revolves around them. They're friends, and they're having girl problems. Quint is his girlfriend basically broke up with him in the beginning of the movie because they were supposed to go on this trip, and he was going to propose to her, but she wants to take place and help her dad out, played by Michael Rooker, who plays Jared Svenning, and she is Claire Forlani, I think is how you say him. She plays Brandy. She's his daughter. So she wants to stay behind and help him with this love dating show because the person dropped out. So they break up and everything. And then Brody and his girlfriend are having issues and shit. So it kind of revolves around them and their girl problems and them spending the day at the mall being mall rats and everything. And I love it. I love it because I grew up going to a mall. I did. I grew up going to a mall, and that's what I love about this movie. This takes place in the mid-90s when the mall scene was at its height. Like the big shopping malls and spending your weekends at the malls, just being a mall rat, hanging out in the arcade and everything. Like this, if you are a kid today and you don't even know what the hell a big super center shopping mall area thing was like, watch this movie because it will totally show you and explain to you what that was like. And it was cool. I remember going to the mall with my mom and my grandma every weekend. We'd eat some lunch. They'd give me $5-10. I'd go to the arcade while they shopped, and I'd run around the mall being a kid. Like, it's just what it was. So I was a little mall rat, basically. So, and then Shannon Daughtry plays Renee. She's Brody's girlfriend. Ben Affleck is in this freaking movie. He plays Shannon. He's this dick that runs this fancy men's clothing store. He's a manager of it. He's such a dick in this movie. I said Michael Rooker already. Brian O'Halloran, or he plays Gil Hicks. He's the main character from Clerks. He shows up towards the end of the movie. He's one of the contestants on the love show that Quint and Brody sneak their way onto because Quint's girlfriend is the contestant that's going to pick somebody. So Walt Flanagan's in this. He plays Walt Graver, just basically a small part, but he's in most of Kevin Smith's movies. Joey Lauren Adams plays Gwen. She is actually the main character in Chasing Amy, the next movie that we're going to be doing, but she has a little part in this, which is entertaining. Stan Lee plays himself in this movie. That's right. Stan Lee is in this movie. And man, him and Brody have a really cool scene together. And then, of course, Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith played Jay and Silent Bob. And Jay and Silent Bob have a big part in this movie. They're helping Brody and Quint try and take down this stage of this little love show that's going on. They're trying to sabotage it and everything. And there's all sorts of pop culture references with movies, just nerdy shit in general. Silent Bob wears like a Batman helmet thing, and like when he's doing this crazy shit to try and destroy this show and the stage. And it just, the movie's funny. And like I said, this movie literally captures what the big mall scene was like in the 80s and the 90s and everything, and even a little bit the early 2000s. But that kind of mall scene where you go shopping in a mall, that doesn't really exist anymore. Like my hometown, the mall is still there, but it's not what it used to be. Like the malls that used to have all these shopping stores and these huge shopping centers and stuff, they're not like that anymore. They're mostly all outdoors type places where you have all these stores, but you have to walk outside and everything, and they have sidewalks and fountains and shit. Like the mall area that where I live, that's the way it is. It's all outside and they're all separate from each other. It's not an actual enclosed huge shopping center, you know, like the Mall of America, the big mall, that still is there. That's like what this is. And I just think Kevin really captured that in this movie really well. I just think he did a fantastic job capturing it. And it's a Kevin Smith movie. It's vulgar. Like Brody is so vulgar. There's sex jokes, drug jokes. You get your Batman, your Superman, your Star Wars, Star Trek, your pop culture references galore in this movie. And as a whole, it's a basic story. Like it is. It's literally our two main characters are having girl problems, and they're just trying to get their ladies back and everything and win them back so they can continue on with their relationships. It's a basic story, but the movie is funny. There's one character, I can't remember the actor's name, he's a bigger dude, but he's literally standing at one of those little picture things where you kind of have to go cross-eyed to see the picture that's in the background because it kind of pops out 3D in a way. And he stands there the entire movie and can't see this sailboat. And everybody that walks up, and all of the characters in the movie literally walk up to him. Oh, it's a sailboat. And he's like, ah! He gets so pissed because he can't see it. It's just funny little things like that. Like this is a funny, entertaining movie with Kevin Smith directing it and starring in it as Silent Bob. It's a funny movie, and you could tell that Kevin had a bigger budget to make this movie because it showed in the finished product. So just a quick review here, you guys. I really don't know what else to say about Mallrats besides, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. I think it represents and shows the mid-90s very well, how people spent their time on the weekends when they were younger and everything and shit. So I'm going to give Mallrats, I'm going to give this bad boy a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed the shit out of it. And it had been quite a few years since I watched it. So a 9 out of 10, everyone, for Mallrats. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. I thank you for watching. And I'll be catching you on the tube later because I have spoken.